Okay. I just said no Mims. How about a little Mims? Giancarlo Stanton. What is that? That's a bat and a jersey. What's going on, everybody? Tyson from VS Card Hub. We're back with another rip, and we're doing some baseball today. We've got some 2025 Topps Heritage Mega Boxes. So pick these up. I think these were about 55 bucks or so. 55 bucks, somewhere in there. And gonna be my first rip of the 2025 Heritage set. Got some actual blasters on the way, picking up some hanger boxes, but this is going to be my first run through of 2025 Heritage. I had a lot of fun with the 2024 Heritage. If you watch those ones with the Heritage high number blasters, definitely got some decent stuff out of there. Had to go back, it's Heritage. You kind of have to go back and really look through a lot of the cards you get, because there are going to be a lot of color variations, image variations, a lot of different short print stuff, things that you might not catch on the first time through. And that was something that I had to go back through and take a look, find out what like the different color variations, the City Connect variations, that sort of stuff. Also, we don't get a full checklist here. You got to go online for that. But you can find in here autographs, relics, short print, the 401 to 500, you're going to be your short printed base cards. You're going to have image variations, nickname variations. Like I said, you're going to have like the City Connect color variations. I know in the Heritage High Number, I pulled a couple of the all white cards, the short printed all white cards. Also, they're going to have different colored autographs. You have like blue, I believe some of them have red, and different color ink they use in the autographs. So Heritage is fun because it's kind of a scavenger hunt more than anything. It's not one of those ones like, some of the football products, or if you're going through like Series 1 and you just fly through it and go, the first, 20 cards are all base cards, or first 10 cards in a pack or something are all base cards. And then you'll have a couple hits, and then you just move on to the next pack. This one, you actually have to go back through, and unless you really know and memorize the checklist, you're gonna have to go back through and double check and make sure you didn't skip over like a short print or something. Look at the codes on the back and all that. So it's kind of fun because it does end up being more of a scavenger hunt than an actual just rip to find stuff. I'll put that box back there. Definitely get a lot of cards in here. Let's see, where did it say? 17 packs. You can see it here, 17 packs, 8 cards per pack. So you're going to get a lot of cards. These boxes, at least the mega boxes, they're heavy. They're some big chunky boxes. All right, so there's our first one. So yeah, you definitely get a lot of cards. It's kind of like opening Series 1. If you watch my Series 1 videos and I open the mega boxes, I actually I still have a mega box up on the shelf, and I'm afraid of that thing falling off and hitting me in the head, because those mega boxes are heavy because they have a lot of cards. Topps does shove a lot of cards in here. So 17 packs, 8 cards per pack. Let's see if we can find some interesting stuff here. So these are the Romo for the Rockies. These are the designs here. May have seen some of these before. There's Pete Alonso. And like I said, a lot of this stuff, you're going to have to go back through and look at it. You're going to have to look at the backs. Sometimes the backs will have, they'll say like short print or variation or something on them, or they'll have like a black dot, something signifying that they have some kind of special, trying to think of what word am I looking for here? Special feature. There we go. You can also look at the codes at the bottom and take a look and flip through, go through the codes, see which codes are different there. I'm not going to do all that on camera. We're just going to open it up and kind of see. We're going to see if anything that jumps out at us, relics, autos, any of that stuff. And then for the actual like scavenger hunt, that's where I'm going to have to go back later on, have the checklist up, and really dig back through and see if there's anything I skipped over there. So there's a 24 record breaker, Danny Jansen. First player in MLB history to play on both teams in the same game. I'll tell you about it there. Continuation of a suspended game, and then he ended up on the other team by the time they replayed it. So yeah, if you've opened any of this, let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you've hit anything. I believe out of the Heritage High number, I got one auto out of the previous stuff that opened. I've actually got some more Heritage High number blasters that I found that are probably ripping in the future. I only found one auto, found some mems, but the Heritage High blasters actually found more stuff than I've found in Series 1 so far. And I've kind of waxed poetic for a bit about Series 1 and how terrible it's been to me. And really, Series 1, I've found, like, I think one numbered card, one short print. I don't think I've even found any autos in Series 1. There we go. There's our Silver Sparkle, or Sand Glitter as it's called in Series 1. Chris Bryant of the Rockies. There's a little Shohei on the 24 record breaker for his 50-50 season last year. I was going to go back through and pick out all the rookies and see if some of these guys really take off this year. Looks like we've got a shiny one back here. Ellie. Little Anthony Volpe. We got an all-time All-Stars Tris Speaker. A cool little insert. And all-time All-Stars Mickey Mantle insert. So yeah, definitely some fun inserts in here. But also definitely a lot of cards. There's another one of our red parallels there. Yasmani Grandal. It's an all-time All-Star, Stan Musial. There's Gunnar Henderson on the All-Stars. So pretty cool stuff. The MLB season so far has been pretty good. People have been, I mean, the offensives have been doing pretty good. We got a ton of home runs this year. After the initial dust up and hubbub about the those evil, I believe that's, yeah, White Sox. I believe that is a different colored parallel there. Maybe not. It's White Sox red one. Never mind. I was thinking the red was their City Connect colors. If you haven't seen the White Sox, their City Connect color is red. Or at least they're sharing the red with the Bulls. So I've got another insert here. Another Sparkle. Hurston Waldrop. There's a nice little rookie Sparkle. Diaz. A little Bryce Harper. I think that one may be an image variation. Look at the different codes on here. Nope. And Jurickson Profar. Showed him off in the last one. I pulled a couple cards of his. He is out for 80 games. Performance enhancing drugs. Yikes. There we go. There's stolen base leaders with Ellie, Shohei, Bryce. No autos yet. Tariq Skubal. And there we go. A nice little rookie, Kobe Mayo. Throw him in that pile there. Also be nice to find a nice Woods rookie. Some pretty good prospects that are stepping up this year. One that showed some promise in preseason. That he kind of showed some promise in preseason and then just kind of got quiet. Oh, there we go. A little Fergie Jenkins on-card auto. That's a nice little throwback, but that is an on-card blue auto. Very nice. Not numbered. I'll go ahead and sleeve that up here. One of the players that I was kind of collecting, I had a bunch of cards of his before the season, actually from last year. And he was showing some pretty good promise in the preseason, was starting to hit really well. Gabriel Moreno. Like, he keeps showing flashes, and then he kind of just gets quiet once the season starts. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah, going into the preseason, he was starting to pick up some hype again. There we go. There's our first auto, Fergie Jenkins on card. Another one of our reds there. Be nice to find a nice rookie or solid veteran autograph. I think one of the keys to sorting all this stuff out, if you open this and you get a ton of these cards, there's another shiny one back here. Once you go back through like all these base cards, it's like sort it out, pull out all your rookies, set your veterans aside, and then go through the veterans, look for all like the image variations, that sort of stuff. Alec Baum. But yeah, look through all your image variations for your veterans, and then once you've got all that stuff, sorted out, and you just got bases, you ruled out all your short prints and stuff, then you can go back through and do the same thing for the rookies. There's a little Jazz Chisholm, Silver Sparkle. But yeah, these ones do definitely take some time to go back through and make sure you didn't miss anything. A cool Jackie Robinson card. Cool designs, fun cards. Like I said, they're fun to go through just because it is a scavenger hunt. And of course, finding all the stuff for your team, find your PC cards. I'm gonna be going back through and looking to see A's. Find all my once great Oakland Athletics. There's Jared Duran on the red. All right, 2 packs left in our first mega box, and then we will dig into the second one. I'll probably go a little bit quicker through the second one. Like I said, I'm going to sort through it all later on and really see what kind of fun stuff I got. Kind of looking here for autos or anything really noticeable as far as variations, mems, that sort of thing. There's another Sparkle of Hunter Brown. There's a Paul Skeens. Like his little base insert there. Another shiny one back here of Evan Carter. That sucks. I believe he's out. Another one of those guys that showed a bunch of promise. He's either out or he got sent back down. One of those guys that had a ton of promise and then just kind of didn't really do too much. All right, second mega box. Here we go. So there's a lot of cards, so I'm gonna try and zip through it so we're not here for a couple days. There's an Ellie on the red. Nice little color match there. There's ERA leaders, Skubal, Blanco, and Valdez. Feel free to check out my eBay. I'll put a link down for that, down below. A lot of these singles will likely end up on eBay. Some may go over to COMC. I'll also have a link for my COMC port down below. Luis Severino for the A's. There's a PC card. Nice shiny one. Also may see some of these in single shows on Whatnot in the future. Also looking to kind of early stages, but looking to branch out over to possibly Fanatics Live, TikTok if it doesn't get shut down. Still early stages though. Got a lot of stuff to do before that. Yogi Berra and father and son big leaguers, Kayvon Biggio and Craig Biggio. She's got a pretty good RPA of Kayvon. Bobby Witt. Start a new base stack over here so I don't dump cards all over the desk. So far, only one auto, no mems yet. There's Chris Bassett on the silver. Colt Kaiser and Dustin Harris on the silver for the Rangers. That's our rookie card. Yeah, let me know down below if you guys open any of this stuff. Like I said, I've got more of the Heritage High Number Blasters to open up. Let me know if you guys have hit any of that stuff. There's father and son. Matt Holliday and Jackson Holliday. Let me know if you've hit anything out of here. We got some good stuff. I've seen some people pull some pretty good stuff out of here. Series 1. Like I've said in the last Heritage High Number video, I have not opened up any more Series 1. I've still got that one mega box sitting up on the shelf. Reed Detmers on the red. Haven't really done anything with the mega box or with Series 1 just because Series 1 has absolutely dusted me. And batting leaders, Bobby Witt, Guerrero, and Judge. Yeah, Series 1 has not treated me well. I have not gone back to the well and opened anymore. Like, it's just, there's so much, unless you're opening, the hobbies and jumbos and stuff. There's just so much Series 1 out there. It can be pretty dusty in between hits. Also, if you see me skip past anything, let me know. I'm not one of those ones who tries to avoid spoilers and all that. You see something go by and it's like, oh, that was a variation or something to take a look at. I'll definitely go back and look, because like I said, you really gotta go back through the checklist to make sure you got everything. There's Ryan Mountcastle, shiny there. You got to go back to the checklist, really see what you missed as far as like the short prints, the variations, all that stuff. Check the codes, check the back of the cards. There's Heston Kjerstad on the silver. We got a Shohei 50-50 again. Hello. How about a little Daniel Boone? Notable Americans. Also another one of those fun inserts in Heritage. Little Daniel Boone and Kyle Tucker. It'd be nice if we get Daniel Boone and his autograph. Might be a little difficult. And get a Herbie Hancock and his autograph. For all my Tommy Boy fans out there. David Festa on the red. So no autos yet, no mems. We did get the little short print Daniel Boone. At least one shiny card in here. Okay, I just said no mems. How about a little mems? Giancarlo Stanton. What is that? That's a bat and a jersey. Game used piece of equipment or uniform from an official MLB game. Very nice. Dual relic. That is a bat. Piece of a bat and a jersey. Giancarlo Stanton. There we go. Put that in the sleeve here in a second. Yeah, check out my eBay. Going to probably end up there. Sweet. So we got our first mem card out of there as well. Let's finish that off with an auto. Let's get both an auto and a mem. That would be a good box. And then I might have to go look for some more. That was Ronald Acuna. One of those guys that kind of look forward to possibly getting healthy and then gets hurt and gets healthy and gets hurt. There's Matt Strom on the Silver Sparkle. Not numbered. There's ERA leaders for the National League. And batting leaders. All right, 2 packs left. Let's see how we can finish it off. There's Profar again. Sorry, buddy. This is almost a repeat of my very first pack out of the first box. It was almost the same cards. Yeah, we may not get an auto on this one since we got the bat and jersey card. Trout. No, I don't think we're going to get no autos in this one. All right. So there we go. 2 mega boxes down. We did get 1 auto. A little Fergie Jenkins on-card auto there is not numbered. And we did get a Giancarlo Stanton dual memorabilia, bat and a jersey. We got plenty of the colored cards, a lot of the silver sparkles, a lot of refractors. It's definitely got some good stuff. Definitely got some good stuff. Like I said, check out my eBay link down below. I'll leave a link for that below. A lot of these singles will probably end up there once I get done, hunting through them and taking a look at what we got, because there's some base and there's some more base that I'm going to have to go through and pull out the rookies, pull out all the variations, find all the, fun differences and stuff, and see if we got any cool stuff hidden in there. Anyways, appreciate you hanging out. Like I said, let me know down below. Comment, like, subscribe. Have you opened any of this? Have you gotten anything good? Have you opened the blasters, the hangers, the megas? Probably come back later on and do another video in the future with the hangers and the blasters. I've seen the hangers in a lot of places. May grab some of those next time I'm out grabbing some cards or put some on order. And maybe we'll try it again. See if we get anything good out of there. Anyways, appreciate you hanging out, checking out the rip, and I will catch y'all next time.